Tees. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Happy Friday, everybody. We appreciate you hanging out with us. The sauce is made. The juice is flowing. Just expected. Take it back to old school day one-ish.
We got Nick up in here.
Day one-ish. The original lineup is back together.
Yeah.
Right? So Nick is running the board. Jay is going to beat him up for 90 minutes. Old school as it originally was planned. 42464. 5685 starter Hammond text line, Honda League and Hotline. I got a little juice in me today too, just to let you know in advance. I'm a little saucy today.
We heard.
I'm a little saucy, Bernays.
The first segment, the first words coming out of Jay's mouth. He's saucy today.
Oh, saucy!
I was giving
Petty Patrick showed up, man.
Can Rico hear this?
Probably not. I think he's doing some commercials.
He can hear. Rico can hear everything.
Rico.
He hears everything. Yeah, he hears everything. He got his new haircut, so
he
feels
good.
Smooth. He got a new haircut. He feeling himself.
Get on the thing.
You know, get on the ones and twos there, Enrique.
You look like Mars Blackman. Hey, Rico.
What's goody?
You need to go back to the video stream with DP is facing the wall, and you need to screen share. You need to make that a meme.
Face the wall?
Did you see that?
Oh, Jay came in. So
they mad when I'm very rarely petty, but I just said I was going to be petty Pat today, just for about 5 seconds.
Well, here's the thing.
I enjoy petty Jay.
So the news was
fun.
that Strick is going to do basketball analysis work when the Huskers play on Big Ten Plus.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll be sitting second chair, and Jay pointed out, Well, that's wonderful because that means that they don't care that he's on the radio.
Oh, good for him.
Every day,
crazy.
And use it as an excuse not to hire Eric Strickland.
It's not weird. It's not weird at all.
He thought it was funny. He went and hit the.
I had to put myself in the corner. I had to put myself in the corner.
I pushed my mic up.
Yeah, I had to put myself in the corner because I was going to tell some stories. Like it was. So what if I told you?
Congratulations, Eric Strickland.
But what if I told you that Eric Strickland and I planned that a year ago?
Oh, to be down there.
Uh-huh. What if I told you that Eric Strickland and I had the conversation of what it was going to take for him to for him to get considered? And I said, well, rule one, you got to be here. You got to be here, right? And the more you're around the program, the easier it becomes. But the other part of it is, I will tell you that my mission and plan and purpose is single focused when it comes to Jay Foreman. I'm going to say stuff for you. No, I'm going to say stuff for you that you can't say for yourself.
It's all good.
It doesn't sound all good. You say it's all good, but
you see the look on his face, right?
Normally, there's a little attitude in the voice and the bass there. But there's a little I can feel there's a little difference there.
I hear what I can tell you. I can tell you right now it's better than it was before.
Yeah,
I can tell you that right now.
Good.
Now is it
because you got it out.
Well, no, I'm just talking about in with respect or to that aspect. It's better before there. When and first of all, I'm not bigger than the program, but it's
we are
I can tell you that I've talked to Mickey probably more times in 3 weeks than I talked to anyone before.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah. And I'll say this.
And I won't say anything more on one of was today.
Well, but we get to speak the truth when it comes to you, Jay Foreman.
Right. Yeah. Nebraska's always done me well. You know what I mean? And I like what they're doing right now. I like the coaches. I like what all of them. I liked all the coaches that have been here before. I think some unique circumstances has affected the program that had nothing to do with it. I think COVID had a huge I think it tied hands behind the back of even Scott Frost and his staff. I think it hurt. I think COVID hurt Nebraska 2 or 3 times more than any other university, at least in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Can't speak for anybody else. And it's just because of it was bad timing for it, and that's not an excuse. That's factual. And there's umpteen ways that it did affect this program and Scott's ability to get his, momentum going or whatever as well. And then you're playing backup because by that time you're 3 or 4 years into losing, and now everybody's, they're not buying the COVID, COVID excuse or factual. So, I think Mickey and those guys are doing a good job. But before we get started on that, we're going to talk about the Mercado 84th in Havelock.
Get 'em.
Certified Piedmontese, special ingredients butcher shop. They have everything that you want and then some. They even have their own special sauces and ingredients, seafood, pasta, take-home stuff, street taco mix, or at least they did that day, beef jerky, turkey jerky, and who knows what else, but anything you want.
Hickory bacon.
And hickory bacon.
Biltong.
And they have
sausage,
strawberry sorbet.
That's I had
really
their
good.
summer sausage because I got a roll of the summer sausage.
Summer sausage is real deal.
It's legit.
Yeah.
It's legit.
Summer sausage would be a perfect day, like if this was a Saturday and you're watching
For a game
football.
day.
Yeah, and you're watching football all day.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun today because we get Jay's picks, and we're gonna pull out these. We're gonna pull out the segments, right? So we'll do a whole NFL segment and let Jay. You guys can get your pens, get your pen and paper, get your handy device, get it there so you can make your notes on what Jay Foreman passes down as gospel.
Right.
He's gonna take you to football church. We'll talk about Saturday's
Hopefully
schedule.
Hopefully it's church. But I will say this though. I will say this as far as Malcolm goes. I'll say this. This is the last thing I'm gonna say on it. Okay, for you people out there that are labeling it the cheater tag, okay, just make sure when you're playing sports that you're playing on the up and up. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the coach at Malcolm takes it serious. He's done a really good job. He's done a really good job of getting young ladies opportunities at the next level continuously in a very, very small town. I mean, Malcolm's not obviously Lincoln or anything like that. And, obviously some heat's going over there. And I'd like to, ideally you'd like to see administration, buck up a little bit. But, it is what it is. But now we're here on Friday.
Yeah,
and,
we got
it's right.
cover.
This is going to be a good game here.
Got a lot to cover.
Who
are you guys calling? Who are you guys calling?
For what?
I got
Who's
Lincoln
playing
East,
tonight?
Lincoln
Is
East, and
Malachi
Lincoln North
playing?
Star. I guess we'll find out.
Paging
mom.
Hey,
Paging mom.
DP,
Mom Coleman.
DP, we're going to keep this short. I'm going to tell you this right now.
Mm.
This dude I seen tote the pill last night
Cal Newell
was like John Riggins. Hey, DP. This is when Jack Ken Cook was the owner.
Yeah.
It was John Riggins mixed with a little bit of Larry Zonka and a lot of Toby Gerhardt.
Yeah. Okay.
He rushed the ball 30-something.
Yeah,
he had 200 and some yards and they lost.
So his stat line after three quarters, 28 carries, 226 yards, and 3 touchdowns. After the game, 32 carries, 254 yards, 3 touchdowns.
My man had to sit out a couple of series because his calves was cramping up. And DP from the very first time he touched the ball, 10 yards, 8 yards. It was like, he got a 3-yarder. You didn't even want to talk about that.
Averaged 9.3 yards per carry.
And guess what? Miller West, leading receiver coming into this game. This 7 games into the season. 4 receptions, but they're leading receiver. Number 28 on the team actually was Jamel Williams' son, Jackson Williams. Had more. He's the leading receiver now because the guy that was leading the receiver didn't have a reception, and he single-handedly beat the Lincoln Southwest. And it was check 28, throw deep.
On 4th and 7 from their own 31-yard line, they threw one for 69 yards to Jackson.
He did it like, remember Stanford?
Yeah,
that was what it was. House call, crib.
Yeah. The Van's on the field.
27-23.
But
Northwest wins.
Yeah, but the Southwest went for it on 4th down with a really good kicker with the wind behind him and didn't kick the field goal.
That one, and then also on that same drive on 2nd and 6, they threw the ball. They tried to pass the ball, got sacked rather than running it with their running back that had 9.3 yards per carry.
High school football.
There it is.
High school. It's universal. It is universal. We'll throw the break. When we come back, we'll talk NFL. We'll talk about the college schedule. We'll talk about some Major League Baseball playoffs. We'll talk about a terrible football game last night. Lots to talk about on it.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Tractor Supply is looking for full-time team members for their Waverly Distribution Center. Applicants can expect a 3- and 4-day work week schedule with additional overtime days with both day and night shift schedules available. Stand-up forklift and high-reach forklift experience is a plus for open positions, but they're willing to train for those without experience. At Tractor Supply, they work hard, have fun, and make money. Apply today at tractorsupply.jobs.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com.
If you need to sell equipment and trucks, Ritchie Brothers' new Lincoln Satellite Yard lets you free up space at your property and get local access to all Ritchie Brothers auctions. Drop your equipment off and sell it online at any Ritchie Brothers auction, Iron Planet, or via Marketplace E. The yard is at 8801 US 6 Lincoln. It's secure and makes for easy in-person buyer inspections and pickup. Take advantage of this yard to sell at Ritchie Brothers' Great Plains Regional Auction, September 15th and 16th. For details, visit rbauction.com/Lincoln.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa,
that's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
Old Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
I grew up hearing that women are bad with money. But like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care of my family. So turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's Friday. You've made it. Well done. Well done, well done, well done on DP. He's the Husker Hall of Famer, Jay Foreman. He is Nick Sainer. And I apologize to any football fan of the NFL who decided to watch the thing that I have sworn to not give my heart to. And gladly so, right? Being in the NFL fan transfer portal, I could be unbiased and disconnected from that atrocity that was a NFL football game last night. So, but Jay, that does put us in a good space, right? That now you had a pretty good college game last night between Baylor and West Virginia, which to my mind clarifies the thing that the next Nebraska coach was not in that game.
Yeah, I mean, it's all kind of whatever your flavor is, or whatever your whoever makes the decision is wanting. I mean, I think you know, as much as you can't judge, say, Mickey on the Oklahoma game, you can't judge, you know, any coach that possibly could be on Nebraska's radar after that. I think really the biggest thing for Nebraska is fit, and people don't like to hear that, and people don't like to welcome that. And there's an old saying, not an old saying, but there's a theory, you know, like like in business, say you have a salesperson that's struggling, you know, you have to weigh, do you promote within? Do you kind of like rehab the person that you already put time, money, and resources in? Or do you go really take a calculated or uncalculated risk on something that you're hoping that is better than what you have? And then you have to weigh the options, right? If I put more time into something I know, can I reach the level that I'm okay with? And then obviously, you know, keep continuing to see improvement. Or am I putting all my eggs in the basket to an unknown? Just because you were a successful player at one school, a successful coach at one school, doesn't necessarily mean it's guaranteed that you're going to be successful here. And I think a big thing is fit, you know, how you fit within the university, how you fit within the recruiting world as a coach, you know, where you do there, how you fit into, you know, Nebraska, where you're the only show in town. So that means there's a lot of positive to it, but there's a negative thing side to it that where, you know, you got to be highly accessible, and then you got to be also okay with that, where not people physically can touch you, but they can touch you that you're, you know, there's only 1 million people in the whole state. You can't hide anywhere. And so you have to welcome that. And is it fun at times? I mean, it's great. You know, it's a great place to coach, a great place to play, and et cetera. Can it be frustrating? Yeah, but that's just part of the deal. If you don't I wouldn't say if you can't find it within yourself to do your job, deal with the media, deal with people coming up to you at high V, and not every time you're going to be on. Nobody's immune to having a bad day. Matter of fact, if you haven't had a bad day, or if you aren't frustrated by people picking at your time or picking at your ability to continue to sacrifice, then I would say, you know what, there's something below that you're hiding, versus if you're just natural, that it always happens. So there's a lot of, you know, that goes into it. I think that, you know, the coach has to be clear and concise from top to bottom. The identity that you want, it has to match. And, you know, you see a lot of that with just, you know, when Wisconsin, when Barry Alvarez was the AD, there was a clear-cut identity who Wisconsin was. It started with Barry, and then it went down to the coaches, and then obviously it seeped down to the other players. And, you know, I think it can be done. And then you got to have like kind of a step-by-step plan of what your realistic expectations are. And it can't be, okay, so say like if we say you hire Jay Foreman as a head coach, and we sit down and you're the AD, and all right, what's your say 3, or say like let's go 3 5-year plan or whatever it is. Okay, in 3 years, man, I really want to be with, be that 7, 8, 9, 10, win mark, right? Well, say like I'm only at 7. Well, you have to have enough faith in me in knowing the whole deal, not to be like, okay, well, you only won 7. That's the bottom of what you wanted. All right, we're going to start over and we're going to hire Nick. You know what I mean? And expect Nick to come in and do it. So it's it's a tough decision, but I think Nebraska's in a good place because they're playing better. Tremendous opportunity to kind of double down on what you've been doing. So more than a winnable game, it's a mindset game, and they go up there and play well. They'll be more than happy when they come back.
Is this an Anthony Grant game?
It's a. Well, I like Anthony Grant, but Purdue's defense can be pretty salty against the run. They'll do some stuff to where they will try to cause you some problems, and because they're an older team, and so you're gonna the calmness and then being able to deal with like an initial run that maybe Nebraska goes on, they'll be able to handle that. But I think it's an Anthony Grant game. I think it's your better players game. I think it's a Travis Vokalek game. If I'm Travis Vokalek and I'm looking up the matchup, like him against linebackers and safety, I'm thinking, okay, you guys got a good tight end. We do too. I like our matchup against their inside guys, linebackers. I like Trey Palmer against their corners. I like Washington against their corners. I like Casey playing. I like Lante Brown. I like all that stuff. So I think if they kind of really get in and hone in on the play calling, they'll be just fine, because I think the offensive line, if they can get a couple good runs, that'll make their pass blocking better, so forth and so on.
I was asked this yesterday. I'll ask you today, because I said, well, when you're having the kind of season the offensive line is having, how can you help them get better quickly?
Well, the Rutgers game is obviously the worst game that they had or could have all year. And it just didn't look good. I think there's ways you can do it. I mean, first of all, you got to just get back to your basics. A lot of it will come down to communication. It will, because when you're giving up direct access to your quarterback, it's no different than busted coverages, right?
Yeah.
So say here's an example, okay, DP. I think before you got here, Nebraska or Wisconsin played Illinois. Graham Mertz's first game.
Mm-hmm.
He threw. I don't think he had an incompletion, and I think he might have thrown for like 250 yards and 5 TDs. Right?
I remember that.
On the other side of the ball, they were all freshmen, and pretty much the whole defense was all freshmen. Okay, it wasn't physically. It was like they had a ton of busted coverages. Now look at Illinois' defense. You get what I'm saying?
Veteran, mature.
So now, but a lot of it comes from communication. So when you think about the offensive line, they got to get their communication together and get some continuity. You've had some injuries with obviously Williams being out, Teddy being out. You're bringing in more Hunter Anthony in there. You got some other guys getting there. So maybe this week I think it'd be better. But I think the mix of play calling, maybe add in a chip block as well. You know what I mean? Delayed release, because I like that also as well, because when you have a defense like Purdue, where the inside guys really aren't very good at covering, they'll get deeper. So if you have Anthony Grant, Yant, Ramir, Gabe Irvin, if he's healthy, if you're chipping or if you're pass proing and scanning inside out or outside in, and there happens to be pressure, that's your safety net right there. Then that has a lot of space to go against some of those defenders. So I like that. They can do, you can change up some blocking schemes, so forth and so on. But a lot of it, I think, has to do with communication, which will then heighten the execution. Because,
is that experience, though? Communicate?
Everybody's had, there's been times, DP, that we played when, heck, in 97, we were up 20, I don't know, and then Colorado started going deep. I mean, that's on us. I mean, we're one of the best defenses in the nation. Nobody's immune to having a bad game.
Yeah.
I mean, no. I mean, the thing that's different is we went undefeated and we got big rings and we're one national champion. Now, where they're at right now is they're, barely squeaked by Rutgers, and you have a lot of turmoil and stuff early in the season. So nobody's immune to have. I mean, Alabama does at times, right? I mean, heck, look at Alabama against Texas. You can't tell me that if
Texas has to thank us for not talking about them all week.
Exactly.
Because, more importantly, Oklahoma should really just.
But I'm saying in that game, when you looked at Alabama, their offensive line didn't look good. A ton of penalties. I think the most in Nick Saban's coaching stint there. Defensively, they didn't look good, right? They were giving up a lot of explosive plays. Now, granted, Texas has talent, but it's no different. I guarantee you on Alabama radio shows and call-in shows and emails to Nick Saban, they're saying, man, your offensive line is horrible. Your defensive backs are horrible. Even last week, right? The quarterback comes in. He makes a good play. Every time he seems he's doing it, he was fumbling the ball.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now you need a new quarterback coach. You don't have a backup quarterback. He's not as good as everybody thinks he is. So there's always going to be issues. And I'm not making excuses for the way they played. But I think those guys know that they need to play a lot better. I think if there was a word or a saying, the figure it outness needs to heighten like tenfold. And this is what I mean. If I'm an offensive tackle and you two knuckleheads are sitting right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have to know my principles. I have to block one of you. Okay? I can't block both of you. I have to block one of you. But we're not where there's times that we didn't block either one. So if we can do that.
Well, not understanding the rule of how you make that decision.
Well, that's what I said. That's what I said before. That's the figure it outness, if that's even a word.
Yeah.
Text line, is that a word? I doubt it. Highly doubt it. But that's what needs to heighten.
That's Jay's next shirt. Figure it out.
Because you know what that does? Once you're doing what you're supposed to do, I'm taking you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether you have a good pass rush and you beat me, I can recoach. You're on scholarship. I'm on scholarship. We can figure that out. But we can't figure it out why you can't have it, the figure it outness, to at least block somebody.
Yep. Get somebody.
Yep.
Get somebody. Good stuff, Jay. We'll throw the break. We'll come back. We'll make somebody smile. It's Friday because we can. And then we'll get to the NFL picks. We'll get to Jay's Saturday schedule. And we'll talk a little Phillies because they seem to have the bats.
Man, they ain't playing no games, is they?
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello, everybody. I'm Charlie Stone, and joining me in just a moment is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. But before I bring Andy on, I need to tell you about something that really got my attention. Just the other day, I saw on television Andy announcing that in the last 50 years, they had sold and serviced close to 100,000 vehicles.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, actually, the number would be a lot higher if we add in how many repeat customers we have for service and that come back to buy cars from us over and over and over again.
Now, Andy, tell everybody about your special offer.
Well, as most people know, always trade for vehicles, but now we're offering for people to come in and sell us their cars. We're ready to buy, bring it on in, whether it's a year old or a few years old, and we'll pay them cash that same day. It'll be hassle-free, and we'll do it the Honda of Lincoln way.
Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of buying cars, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
It's time to wrap up week 8 of the high school football season. Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join me on Friday night at 7 p.m. as Lincoln East and Lincoln North Star square off as the Spartans look to improve to 5-3 on the year and try to secure a playoff spot with the season winding down. North Star is sitting at 3-4 overall and has struggled recently, losing 4 of their last 5 games. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. from Seacrest Field, and you can hear all the action unfold right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
Old Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
If you need to sell equipment and trucks, Ritchie Brothers' new Lincoln Satellite Yard lets you free up space at your property and get local access to all Ritchie Brothers auctions. Drop your equipment off and sell it online at any Ritchie Brothers auction, Iron Planet, or via Marketplace E. The yard is at 8801 US 6 Lincoln. It's secure and makes for easy in-person buyer inspections and pickup. Take advantage of this yard to sell at Ritchie Brothers Great Plains Regional Auction, September 15th and 16th. For details, visit rbauction.com/Lincoln.
They might win, they might lose, but either way, you have something to say about it. Don't miss the Husker After Party postgame show immediately following every Nebraska football game. Nick Sainert and Jake Bachhoven give instant reaction, quotes from the players and coaches, and take all your phone calls with thoughts on the game. It's the Husker After Party postgame show, only on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sponsored by Action Plumbing and Heating, Gary Michaels Clothiers, and Brent Excavating.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SutterHeyman.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Another windy day on the way as northwest winds gusting over 40. Afternoon highs of around 68, but with an increase in cloud cover and maybe even a few sprinkles, those temps will come down late in the day. Overnight, a low down to 34. A little bit warmer for your Saturday with a high of 73. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Old School on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
In the early stages, the Phillies have broke out the big bats. They brought the big bats today against Atlanta. Hopkins with a bomb and a bat slam. Not forget about the back flip. He actually did a bat slam, walking out, and then Bryce Harper followed with a bomb to right field. The Phillies up 6-0. The Guardians get a win against the Yankees in 10 innings.
Yeah.
So
the Yankees look shocked.
Didn't hit much.
Yeah, but that's why they look shocked.
Didn't hit much. I mean, that team that showed up during the slump showed up against the Guardians, and Mike Schaefer probably is walking on sunshine today, walking on clouds as they enjoy themselves. We hadn't done it this week, so I'd like to do it today on a Friday. But I'll take submissions for celebration. Somebody make somebody smile. Somebody had a great week. Somebody that did something exceptional. Somebody that had good news. Somebody that had bad news that you want to make feel better. You got a party coming up, anniversary, birthday. Let us know. I mean, hit me up on the text line, and we'll pick somebody and make them smile. Compliments of our friends at Beatrice Bakery. We greatly appreciate it. Baylor versus West Virginia, 43-40. I expected points on the board. I'm not sure I expected 83. Where do you land Baylor? I mean, because they had the good start.
Yeah,
then
they've had they had 2 losses last year, and they already got 3 this year. It's hard to duplicate, year to year, and that doesn't mean that the coach is worse or anything like that. It's just they're a good football team. You're playing everybody now. You're on everybody's radar.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're a really good team, you lose guys to the NFL, and those you just not. It's not plug and replace. I mean, the Baylor's just not equipped like that. They don't have the depth of players. Now they do a good job of developing players, and after a year or two, they're going to be some pretty good players. So that's just where they're at. I mean, I think I liked the way Baylor played last year because I felt like they were a curveball or change up to what normally is the fastball in the Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
They try to be bigger. They're a little bit more physical. They try to run. They try to. They still throw the ball around the yard, but they're a little bit more of a physical team. And this year they're just not playing as well as they were last year. But this year they're not sneaking up on anybody.
Right.
That's the difference. Everybody knows who Baylor is, and it's not just like, oh, they're having a good season, for the situation. It's like, okay, we're playing Baylor. We can really make a statement here. And so that's the difference of being the hunter versus the hunted. It's a totally different mindset, totally different circumstances. And you run, kind of a flip side. Nebraska's got to go with the hunt. We're hunting type of mentality. Purdue was everybody's, great story in the offseason, a team that was, put up on a pedestal of ways just because of how they ended the season and the players that they had coming back. They started slow, but they've shown chink in their armors as well. Florida Atlantic, Syracuse game, even though Syracuse is ranked, the Syracuse game, the way they played. The Penn State game, they showed the inability to close the game out, and then Penn State got it close, tied it, and extended their lead.
Florida Atlantic was an interesting watch.
Yeah, and those are the things that when people say, "Oh, well, Nebraska," and I get it why, the line is what it is. But what I don't get is when I watch it or watch Purdue. Now, I think a little bit of how Purdue played their last game, but Maryland had them. I mean, that 2-point play in the call essentially ended the game and handed it to Purdue.
Changed everything.
They might be still playing. They might be in 25 overtimes still. So it's not like you're facing a superior juggernaut. What we have to do is make sure that we stay out of our own way, and then we can play football.
I think this weekend provides some great storytelling football games, and we'll go through at the top of the hour. We will start.
I can't. Is that Bar Scott? I can't wait.
Yeah. Can't wait. We will start with number 10 Penn State at Ann Arbor and number 5 Michigan. Jay Foreman will break that for us and more when we come back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Businesses from all over the capital city are excited to welcome you to the 2022 Lincoln Expo on Wednesday, October 19th from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Enjoy one of the region's largest trade shows as you network, find out about Lincoln businesses, and visit the many interactive booths. The Expo has something for everyone, including the popular Lincoln Craft Beer Tour and a free Lincoln t-shirt. Best of all, it's free to attend. The Lincoln Expo, showcasing and celebrating local business.
Did you know that the U.S. has added over 1,100 new breweries in the last 18 months? Learn more by shopping at Myers Cork and Bottle, 13th and South, and by tuning into Thirsty Thursdays with Kevin Myers, because sports are better with a drink in your hand and a friend at your side.
Hey guys, Nick Sadert here, and I want to tell you about my friends at Spine and Sports Chiropractic. I experienced a herniated disc in my lower back a few years ago, and thanks to the folks at Spine and Sports, I got back to feeling 100%. At Spine and Sports, they use the active release technique, which involves the soft tissue and can alleviate headaches, shoulder pain, plantar fasciitis, and more. What I like most about the ART method is that your doctor will construct a plan that fits your needs because the technique is not a cookie-cutter approach. Allow Spine and Sports Chiropractic to help you feel better. Set up your appointment today by giving them a call at 402-261-6841.
A good game with good friends. But isn't it time to up the score when it comes to the food? Wings and Rings is here for every football fan. Catch the game on one of their big screens or snag a tail great pack to go. They're cranking up the heat and throwing in mad flavor this season. Stop by your locally owned Wings and Rings on O Street, Meridian Park, or 48th and Old Cheney in Williamsburg Village, or grab some crave-worthy Wings and Rings to go. Make them your go-to destination to watch your team bring home the win. Wings and Rings. Game time just got better.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the Ticket crew live from Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Brought to you by A1 Automotive, Mullen Motors, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Bauer Underground, Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group, and Ritchie Brothers.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This message is for Shauna, my mom who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You taught me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hour number 2 of Old School. Before we hand it over, we'll have a 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock crossover kind of deal. And then Nick's saying we'll get you the call tonight. Nick, give the elevator pitch for tonight's ball game.
Yeah, so it's 3-4 Lincoln North Star going up against 4-3 overall Lincoln East. Obviously, the big name to watch is Malachi Coleman for Lincoln East. He was out last week with a little bit of a hip flexor injury, so we'll see if he's able to return to action tonight. However, Lincoln East has been a kind of an interesting story. They started with a different quarterback week 1, and it just kind of didn't really get the job done. Halfway through the game, so John Gingery, the head coach, made a switch to Jeter Worthley at quarterback, who's just a sophomore, but he's really been able to kind of come onto the scene, and you can kind of see the development. Jay and I have been able to watch him, and Jay will back me up on this. his development just in decision making and how quick he's making decisions has
Right.
really improved from week 1 to now week 6. So
have you convinced Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman to call the game with you?
not sure. We'll see what happens. I still got like an hour and 15 minutes to convince
get him on board.
So yeah,
Get
might
him
as well.
loosed up. 402-464.
We had a good one last night, though.
5685. If you haven't been paying attention to these night calls, these football calls with Nick and Jay, you're missing out. So
we need to bring another mic in there and bring AD in there since he says that's Aaron Davis Field.
Stomping
Aaron
grounds.
Davis
right,
stomping field.
right,
Stomping ground.
just hanging out there. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line, Honda Lincoln hotline. You can call in and say, "Hey Jay, we need to hear you." Hey Jay, take a night off, but you guys have input. Same for the Honda Lincoln hotline. You can follow on the Starter Heyman video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. And on a Friday, last time for the week, Jay Foreman, let them know about the Mercado.
Certified Piedmontese and their special ingredients, along with their butcher shop. I will talk about the restaurant where the appetizer menu is great. Obviously, the entree and the dessert menu is off the chart. I went and got my tomahawk. I haven't started seasoning. I think I'm going to cook it on Sunday. So I'll definitely have a detailed report about the tomahawk.
See, well done. Scott says, I've been listening to DP. Entertainment at its best. John and Cortland sent us this, and I do wanna read this and honor it. John says this, what up? How about my two ladies? My wife for tolerating me and surgery to hopefully get cancer out of her life. My mom with a long road she's hauled taking care of dad after he could no longer roll like normal. Gentlemen, have a great night. John, to you and your family, absolutely. We'll put together a care package from the folks at Beatrice Bakery for you and the family, because as you go through this stuff, you should not have to go through it by yourselves and not knowing that folks care. We care. The folks at Beatrice Bakery care. Our listening fan base, they care. So we can do that once you just hit us up and let us know you can swing through. All right, Jay Foreman, we're going to start on the college side of things. And I think, to me, the early game of the day sets the tone. Number 10 Penn State travels to Ann Arbor. The cheapest ticket is $120 to take on number 5 Michigan.
Yeah. I like Penn State in this game. I like Penn State because they're more battle tested. I think Penn State has a better quarterback. And with Michigan's All-American potential tight end being out, I think with this is the J.J. McCarthy's first game. Here's also why I like it. They're honoring the bootleg version of the 1997 Code National Champion.
Get him.
Petty Patrick. Here we go.
Get him.
I hate Michigan.
He's back.
Get him.
I'm all Penn State. James Franklin, I'm here for you.
My old roommate will be in attendance. He has the ring. He has, Matt Elliott.
He was on 97?
Yeah.
Anyways, like I said, I'm picking.
I would give him the blues over that thing. I'm like, why you got a fake ring, man?
I'm Penn State by 7 on the road.
Okay.
Because here's why. Here's now, all seriousness. Penn State got their big defensive tackle back. Penn State's linebackers can flat out run. They are going to and then their defensive backs, they got 3 of the 4 are right now first or second day NFL dudes. So we can lock you up.
There's a lot.
We can lock you up, and we got a fast flow button press. And I like Penn State's offense with 2 running backs and the ability to spread the ball out. Pretty good tight end and one up and coming receiver. That seems like their best receiver always has to wear number 5. So I think they got a little bit more firepower than Michigan.
I have to give you this one just simply because of the details. Iowa State travels to Austin to take on number 22 Texas. The big story for me is that the lowest ticket it's the lowest ticket of the day at $2. $2 in Austin, Texas for number 22.
You can't even buy a beer on 6th Street for that.
Bro, the beer's cheap. The beer costs more than the ticket.
I think Texas wins this game. I think Iowa State, Matt Campbell, and his aura is starting to kind of dissipate a little bit. I think it's a down year for Iowa State, and I think Texas is just a better team. They played just as good enough defense, and with Quinn Ewers back, their offense is pretty explosive. and coming off the what they did to Oklahoma.
Ooh, we let down.
They
no
are,
let down.
No, they're playing with superior confidence right now.
Roll Tide. War Eagle. Auburn travels down to Ole Miss. Hotty toddy. 11:00 kick.
Right
down in Oxford. Who you got?
I got the Fighting Lane Kiffins because normally I would pick Auburn
because he's your friend. Like, let's be clear.
Normally I would pick. Normally I would pick Auburn in this game.
Yeah.
But Auburn's offense is horrible.
I'm surprised Brian Harson's still
I was
there.
just about to say it's like if they get blown out, he's gone.
Yeah.
So that affects the whole overall like mindset of the team, and I think Mississippi is quietly a team to be reckoned with. They're going to be able to score points, but the physicality that they've tried to adapt over the last couple of years defensively, I think you're seeing it now. So now they can compete against anybody on a regular basis. I like Mississippi in this game.
Have we figured out how Ole Miss did the thing in the SEC and got good? They're number 9 in the country.
Yeah.
Like
And
what
you're not
happened?
even thinking about it.
Right? Like everybody should be copying Ole Miss.
Well, first of all, you're in Mississippi, so you're getting that's like one of the hotbeds for football.
Mhm.
But what you have is a coach that connects with his players. Now, I'm telling this for you Nebraska fans, that connects with his players, and he's known as an offensive guru and innovative, and they've taken what could be a negative as far as being down in Mississippi with all the things that they have happened recently on campus and recruited around it, addressed it, and welcomed it. And then when you start to get in some transfers and stuff like that, and then they go out there and play well, and you know where else Mississippi's done? They're really good on social media paired with Lane Kiffin.
Yeah,
they're
plus the new uniforms. Like
Right.
I'm not for all the
powder
uniform
blue.
types.
That powder blue. I think
powder blue
that
is
powder
nice.
pretty cool.
Norman, Oklahoma for $21. Number 19, Kansas.
This
travels.
is it. This right here. This right,
you know you're gonna have to eat
hey,
this all
hey, this right here is the game of the week. This is it. Can Cinderella bounce back? Was it true the clock struck 12 and you went back to nothing? Or can you beat a very beatable Oklahoma team that athletically is going to be just as good as TCU?
With Jason Bean at quarterback.
I mean, I'm just talking about the skill position.
Yeah.
So what can you do? And are you for real or not? Yes, Oklahoma's 3-3. They just got embarrassed. So you're going to get the best Oklahoma this week. And so this is a big test for Kansas. Can you deal with expectations? Because if they lose, they're out of the ranking anymore. And now you're just kind of like, okay, that was really cool. You were 5-0. Amazing what could possibly happen in 2 weeks.
Row the boat.
Man,
travels to Champaign to face number 24 Illinois.
This is what I told Nick last night. This is a white knuckle game right here. You know what I'm saying? You get on the plane if you're coming from Minneapolis, angry, just at anything.
Yeah.
Too much ice in my drink, everything. So I think I'm gonna.
Why are you staring at me? Why are you staring at me?
Right. I said I want one blanket, and I want it. I don't want to use blanket. I want the one in the wrapping. Take it back. I think Minnesota's going to win. Illinois has a lot of injuries going on. Their quarterback is most likely out. One of their linemen's out. Isaiah Williams is 50-50. That's a lot of firepower that's been there for them. I know they have Brown, but Minnesota's going to hone in. And plus, Minnesota's coming off the bye week, and they definitely got to be motivated because essentially you might be playing for the Big Ten West Championship right now.
Nathan, I'm going to include you in this one because the Hurricanes.
Oh, this Hurricanes all day, man.
Travel down to Blacksburg to face the Hokies. Y'all gonna do Nathan just like that?
Yeah. I hope he's listening.
Y'all just gonna
bad
do
they are playing. Yeah,
Hurricanes by 14 plus points.
Wow. I think double digits as
Yeah.
well.
Wow, you just gonna do that too.
Inner Sandman's great,
but
Inner Sandman isn't playing in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's the problem. They try. Number 3, Alabama travels to Knoxville Neyland Stadium. The cheapest ticket is $385.
That dang Rocky Top and that power tee that they call it.
Number 3 and the checkered end zone.
That's all great. And them cigars are going to be fired up again, just like it was last year. I know that Hooker is a Heisman candidate, and I assume, and I've heard that Bryce Young is going to play. But Tennessee gives up a ton of explosive plays in the pass game. I'm going with Bama, and I'm going with Bama big because guess what Bama has for Hook? They have Will Anderson, who is quite frankly the best player in college football the last 2 years, and he has been angry that nobody's talking about him as far as a Heisman. He got 6 sacks. He's already got 12 tackles for loss. He is coming.
$385 for the cheapest ticket.
You mentioned pass defense. They're 118th in the country out of 121, or excuse me, 128th out of 131 FBS teams. 307 passing yards allowed
and
a
undefeated.
Game. Yeah,
and undefeated. Not only undefeated, number 6 in the country. Same time. So this interesting game watch going on. Number 8 Oklahoma State travels to number 13 TCU.
I like TCU, though. I like TCU. I haven't seen Oklahoma State play this year, so I just assume it's, rinse and repeat how they play. I've seen more of TCU, so I'm going to go with TCU. But I wouldn't be surprised if Oklahoma. I'm going to go with TCU, though, because I've seen them play before. I haven't seen Oklahoma State play.
I'm getting Nick back in the game with this one. Number 15 NC State at number 18 Syracuse.
Which one is your team?
No, it's just I know that
it's a weird game. It's a weird game. Dino Babers started the season on a hot list, like on the universal hot list with the 3 coaches in the Power 5 that have been fired: Scott Frost, Jeff Collins, and Herm Edwards. And here's Dino Babers without his starting quarterback from last year, Tommy DeVito, who's at Illinois, 5-0 and 18th in the country.
Right.
What is going on? It used to be called the Carrier Dome. Now it's named something stupid because they changed the sponsorship.
Yeah.
But what's going on there? Nobody knows.
It's the JMA Wireless Dome.
Yeah, come on.
Because when Syracuse is not a great place to go play.
No.
It's like a sleepy place you go, and you get up there, and there's nothing to do, and they get a little cranked up there.
They also had a second-round pick in defensive back Andre Sisco, who got drafted in the NFL last year. So, and that was their best player on defense. So I have no clue what's going on. Dino Babers saved his job.
They have a dual threat quarterback and a really good young running back. They try to be physical. They're playing at home. But I like NC State because I like NC State. I know Clemson beat them and kind of took them out of the
Jay, what do you think for 2 top 20 teams
up in Syracuse?
How much is a ticket?
Oh, you
$15.
Oh, Syracuse is $8.50, and you get a hot dog and some Lay's plain potato chips, and you get a small 22-ounce.
$25.
There you go.
It's like the Miami Marlins. It's like the Miami Marlins. On Wednesdays, it was $44 for 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 drinks.
Yeah, there you go. Could do your thing
for the Miami Marlins.
4 for 44.
4 for 44.
Maryland travels to Bloomington to face the Hoosiers.
I like Maryland. I like Maryland last week. I felt like I know they probably feel like they let one slide. When I was on Big Ten, we had to talk to Maryland, and they still think they can get 7-8 wins. I think they're more of a complete team. They have a really, really good freshman linebacker that can stop the run. He plays middle. He can rush the passer. He can cover. So I let you know Loxley is really and he's from Maryland, so he's doing a really good job of locking down superior talent. Their offense obviously is well known, so I like them. I think that they've done a really good job finding their identity and adjusting their identity. If you talk about a team that would adjusted their identity, he really did it, and is trying to do it overnight. I think the next step for Maryland is to develop that defensive line. They've gotten bigger, right, on both sides of the ball. Now they need to get a little bit better on their defense line. I think they're going to be a team to reckon with.
Number 4, Clemson travels to Tallahassee.
Man, as much as I would like to pick Florida State because I just do not like Dabo Swinney, I'm going to give him his credit. Homeboy can flat out coach. Now, he don't need to talk in front of the microphone or probably getting,
no more gritty, please.
And man, I tried to do the gritty once, and I think I tripped over my shoelace. But dang, Dabo,
please,
you down in South Carolina, and you don't know how to do the gritty?
Ain't none of it rubbing off.
Right,
none of it rubbing off.
I'm gonna go with Clemson. I think.
Hold on, is that a home for the gritty? Like, am I missing something here?
No, it is a constant.
I don't think the South Carolina should be the home of the gritty.
Okay, some should land on
it.
Nick, you down there get some good Southern food. You do the gritty.
I don't think because my body doesn't get coordinated just by the food I eat. Though.
But down there they do.
Yeah, it should.
Nick, when they cooking, they dancing the whole time.
It should. Number 16, Mississippi State travels to Lexington to face the number 22 Wildcats.
I'm going with the fighting what are the Bulldogs, and they're bringing all their bell cows or whatever it is with them. I'm gonna tell you what, Mississippi State's defense is nothing to be played with. I watched one half of football them playing, and they come to hit like they're just mad that they didn't get to go to Mississippi. I think that's why they mad.
That really is.
And every time they walk around campus, somebody must be ringing a dang cowbell in their ear.
They get tired of
it. Get tired of it. I'm going Mississippi
Like
State.
when you think about it, that you're willing to put all of your keys into a plastic milk jug just to watch a football game.
Right.
Like you got to get them out. It just seems like a lot of noise to make. I thought this was interesting because on a day where I'm disappointed in one of the teams, number 7 USC travels to number 20 Utah. Base ticket price, the lowest ticket price is $80.
Is that a lot for up there in
that's
Salt Lake City?
Kind of norm, but it's USC. It's
It
a
should
little
be higher,
high.
right?
It's a little bit higher because it's
USC.
55 you could get in normally.
You know, I'm disappointed because when I watched Utah in the Rose Bowl, I was like,
That's the team.
Yeah. And I watched when we watched them in Florida. I'm like, this team, I like this.
Cameron
team, right?
Rising was fun to watch.
They had
last year.
Lloyd, but you know what? They lost a ton last year. You know, when you lose Lloyd, that guy was the best linebacker, and that nobody knew. He was the best linebacker in the nation. Nobody knew about him. Yeah. You lose him, he's your heart and soul of your team. But USC can score points, but they can't stop anybody. I do think playing up in Utah is different. First of all, flying Utah is different because you're going to be scared because you talking about some air pockets going in there. Bruh, you dropping 500 feet like nothing.
And the mountains are not friendly to you.
They are not friendly to you coming from West Coast up there. I am gonna pick
the lungs of USC players are going. Look, they're going to feel stuff.
I'm gonna pick Utah because I like their ability to be physical and run the game and shorten the game. That's why I'm gonna pick Utah. USC is way more talented, but if Utah can stick to their game plan, I think they can pull off an upset victory.
Man, we can dream.
I asked Strick this earlier. Are we
USC?
I'm picking Utah.
Are we surprised by how little USC is being on like notice? Because we thought with Lincoln Riley going there and this mass exodus that maybe more people would be interested in the Pac-12 across the entire country. But are we surprised that not a lot of people
saw
are?
Them at two games where we didn't know what they were doing.
That
like
they
with
had
all
a
the
scare
talent
against Oregon State.
Yeah, like it looked like. Wait a minute,
It's like you got too many,
too many
players.
athletes that you don't know.
You can't get
who's
enough.
your dude.
You don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
I do want to pitch this one as the final one before we go to break and come back with the NFL. But Georgia Southern hosts a game tomorrow. $22 a ticket down in Statesboro, Georgia, against number 25 James Madison.
I did see that. Yeah, James Madison, no joke. I'm going with James.
They've
Madison.
been in the FBS for 6 weeks.
Just showing up.
I'm going with James Madison.
Just showing up.
Here they are,
Yeah.
25th in the country.
If they can get to 25,
so can we.
I'm glad you said it. We'll go to break. We'll come back on a Friday and get Jay's NFL picks. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's tailgate season. Why would you bounce around from place to place for all your beverage needs when you could have it all in one place? Wine, Beer, and Spirits has everything for your parties with their 3 locations in Lincoln, Grand Island, and Omaha. It's the largest liquor store in the state, and here's the best part. You can get a drink from their bar and walk around with it as you shop for all your tailgate necessities. Locally owned and operated, it's Wine, Beer, and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the Ticket crew live from Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Brought to you by A1 Automotive, Mullen Motors, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Bauer Underground, Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group, and Ritchie Brothers.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
The Lincoln Chamber of Commerce is excited to showcase and celebrate our local businesses. Make plans to attend this year's Lincoln Expo on Wednesday, October 19th from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Be sure to take time to network and check out the interactive booths from area businesses. Lincoln's Craft Beer Tour returns, plus great door prizes and a free Lincoln t-shirt just for you while supplies last. Admission is free, so make sure to stop by PBA on October 19th. Shop local at the 2022 Lincoln Expo.
At Venue Catering and Events, we offer two of the most historic ballrooms in Lincoln. The Jasmine Room, located in the historic Grand Manse in the heart of downtown, featuring a beautiful built-in antique bar, spacious patio, and soaring skylit ceilings. The Scottish Rite Ballroom, located just 2 blocks from the state's capital, boasts intricate hand-carved columns, rich dark wood floors, and lavish chandeliers. The perfect venues to host your wedding, corporate event, or much more. For availability and more information, call us at 402-603-6483.
Get an immediate look back at the game from the people who know it best. It's the Tanner's Postgame Show and the Final Word, live from Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Hear from former players and national champions like Jay Foreman, Rashawn Jackson, and Aaron Davis, and see what they saw in that day's game. It's the Tanner's Postgame Show and the Final Word, live and in person, home or away at Tanner's Bar and Grill, brought to you by Bauer Infrastructure. Only here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.58 per hour. And other select jobs is starting at $24.28 per hour, with wages growing up to $30.30 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Hey dude, can I have the aux cord?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, do you want to play some games?
What? No, stop. I'm trying to drive.
Dude, Aaron wants to know what you're doing on Friday.
Okay, I'll talk to him later. I'm driving right now.
Did you see this thing on Facebook?
Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I gotta put you on Do Not Disturb.
Wait.
It's hard to drive with a bad passenger, so don't let your phone be one. Visit drivesmartany.org for more information. Brought to you by the Nebraska Department of Transportation Highway Safety Office.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Another windy day on the way as northwest winds gusting over 40. Afternoon highs of around 68, but with an increase in cloud cover and maybe even a few sprinkles, those temps will come down late in the day. Overnight, a low down to 34. A little bit warmer for your Saturday with a high of 73. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There it is.
This is official weekend song.
Talk about a throwback for me.
This
is nostalgia here, guys.
You can turn it up. You know, loud car dancing.
Hey.
Get your car dance on. We won't tell. Close the office door. Go ahead and make the face. Yeah. Some of y'all not feeling so old right now. God and hit him with. See, this is my Dion music. When they say hit my music, yeah.
I know he did. Could Dion be on that list?
Dion should be on that.
Listen here. Let's just be honest, okay?
I love
Let's just be honest. Okay, we ready now? You listen?
I'm ready.
Church Tabernacle.
Church with Petty Patrick.
Yeah.
No, this ain't petty. Let's be honest. People around here could not handle Dion. They could not handle. Do you imagine Steve Sipple coming up to asking Dion a question?
Oh.
Can you imagine?
Merry
Steve
Christmas!
Sipple
Merry Christmas!
I do want to see it.
Merry Christmas! I need this now. Why did you plant that seed?
Can you imagine Steve Sipple coming up with asking Dion some old off the wall?
No, even better than
borderline.
that. I would pay money to have Sean Callahan ask to go one-on-one with Deion Sanders. I would pay. This is pay-per-view.
No. Here's the thing. I'm waiting for the time that Sipple says, Dion, yeah, you were okay. You were a decent player to Dion.
Sweet fancy Moses. I would be down for all of it. Just all I'm saying.
I mean, I get that first,
like they're not in his.
That first press conference, nobody would know what to ask. You know what would happen? They would have me, DP, Damon, AD, Rashawn, Terrell,
Do you want me to call you Coach
Farley,
Prime or Dion?
Greg Smith. Anybody that had any pigmentation, we running that whole introductory press conference.
I was a boxer once.
You ever ridden in a Harley?
Hey, what would you do if he?
Let me tell you about my Harley.
Oh man, I would pay so much money. Can we start a GoFundMe?
No, it wouldn't even be. I don't even want Sipple to ask them a question. I want them to take a ride from Lincoln to Omaha. And be it on like YouTube. That would have 5 million views. And it'd be an early retirement.
Kip says, I love you, DP, but you would literally pay money if Sip asked. I know. That's like
100%.
100%. I absolutely would. Like, I just, oh my goodness gracious. Oh, that's so much fun.
I'd like to see Dion at Arizona State.
Don't you think Florida State is just on the horizon, though?
Arizona State should be a power program.
Florida State should be where he's at.
That's what I'm saying. Florida State's on the because you got to remember after Florida State lost that number 1 recruit Travis Hunter last year, Mike Norvell. A lot of people wanted Mike Norvell gone, and because he's not winning a ton of games at Florida State now, he's 4-2.
I don't
might be a fake 4-2, but
I don't know how Florida State, Arizona State, Arizona are ever bad.
Yeah,
I don't
Miami
understand.
Too.
Like, I don't understand.
Every Florida school.
Miami, yeah, that's a big one.
Florida school should never be bad.
Like
never.
Texas teams.
Texas should never be bad.
Like they should not. They should not never be just good.
They should always be coming down the wire for whatever championship.
Oh Lord have mercy. All right, Jay Foreman, we're gonna get into it. Let's stretch the. Hey, Coach
Prime.
Steven Sipple here.
Jay did this.
Can you explain this to me? Prime time? What was the dance you were doing in Pumps and a Bump?
And he'd be like, Sip, you ever watch that video? No.
I
just heard about it.
No, just heard about it. Let's start with this one. Look, it's a weird weekend. I think there's some pretty good games. 3-2, and I just can't even fathom that I'm saying it. The 3-2 New York Football Jets will play at Lambeau against the 3-2 Green Bay Packers.
I'm gonna go Green Bay, but I like what the Jets are doing. I like their offense. I think the Cougar hunter Zach Wilson has done a really good job when he came back.
Him and his pit hat.
And so, but Aaron Rodgers and this Green Bay team is better. Now, I'll tell you this: I am worried about the Green Bay Packers offensively.
They're not good.
It's too late in the season for them not to start to kind of get some consistent tread going. But I think they're just too much of they're too good of a team for the Jets to overcome.
Well, they're
right now.
making that Odell Beckham Jr. bid, and
so are the Rams.
Right, that's a thing. The Rams undershot though.
But they said this isn't our last pitch.
With the Packers, do you guys find it interesting that Aaron Jones is basically the guy that they lean on early on, and then AJ Dillon is the closer for that? Is that fine? Is that weird
I'm
at all?
okay
Or
with
is
that,
it,
that's normal because Panthers did it with Stevens. Washington
with,
did it with a stretch.
Yeah.
It's been a thing.
Jones will finish some games when it's
when it matters. Well, then with the Jets, Breece Hall, the rookie's starting to take over that number 1 slot.
Yeah, I'm 3-2. I would have lost money on the bet. I would have lost
ever since
Robert
Rob
Saleh
said he's taking receipts when they went to Cleveland. He said, "I remember what you guys were saying about us. I have the receipts."
I would have had it wrong. The 2-3 Pats versus the 2-3 Browns in Cleveland.
The Browns are like too good to be 2-3. I'm gonna go with the Browns. The Pats are injured. I actually like the Browns, and Bradley Chubb is the real deal.
I think that's fair. Jacksonville 2-3, 2-1 Colts and Indy.
Man,
weirdos.
I like Jacksonville. I like their defense. Actually, I like the way Trevor Lawrence is playing. They've lost him, and I like Doug Peterson as a coach. I think he's really good for Trevor Lawrence. I think he's really good for the franchise of Jacksonville. I like what he's doing.
The number. This is again another number that I didn't expect to say. The 4-1 Vikings travel to the 3-2 Dolphins.
Oh, Vikings!
You don't want to mess with Kirk Cousins in a noon game.
I like the Vikings.
It's only prime time that he doesn't play well.
The one thing about the Vikings, they've always Mike Zimmer, obviously catered to his defense, but they've always had a really good roster, always. And I think I like this new coach for them because he's the offensive mind along with the defense that already had the tangible parts.
The Dolphins are starting their 9th string quarterback. Who knows who's going to Skyler.
It's the same quarterback that Jake was on Twitter asking for. Now you got him. Don't complain.
Skyler Thompson.
Skyler Thompson. The 2-3 Bengals. What is happening? The 2-3 Bengals travel to New Orleans to face the 2-3 Saints.
Is Jameis playing?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure they will let him after the week that Taysom Hill had.
Oh, please. Just for the fact that Taysom
They
Hill
paid Taysom.
Just for the fact that they put him out there, I'm going with the Bengals.
See, I'm cool with that. 3-2 Baltimore Ravens travel to face the 4-1 Giants.
Oh, it's the Ravens. I think the Giants are, paper champs at 4-1, even though they've played pretty good this year. I think they're well coached. Like I said, I like what Daniel Jones has done with actually no help. Saquon Barkley is a real deal, but Lamar Jackson is on a mission to get that bag.
3-2 Bucks travel to the 1-4 Steelers.
Bucks, we're on to the next game.
Steelers are just bad. Well, we'll do the same thing. With the new leadership, Carolina at 1-4 travels to 2-3 Rams.
Oh, Rams. This is a get right game for the Rams.
Oh my goodness, they're gonna beat Carolina up.
With PJ Walker at quarterback as well.
Walker quarterback. Wow.
No Baker.
I'm Aaron Donald.
I
nice to meet you.
I apologize to Charlotte.
I'm Aaron Donald. Nice to
who's
meet you.
who's the next quarterback? Is what you need to know.
I'll see you again.
I'll be back here.
Who's the next quarterback?
Darnold.
Oh, good, sweet.
Is he hurt? Is he back off injury reserve?
I think. Actually, I'm not sure.
He magically got hurt.
Yeah,
he pulled a hamstring.
He's like, Coach, I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to play anymore.
Getting on the plane, he was like, "I'm done, Coach. It's a wrap." The 2-3 Cardinals, mini-me, and the 2-3 Seahawks.
I'm gonna go with Geno Smith is playing good. I'm just not a Kyler Murray fan, but Pocket Hercules is gonna come back and play. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
Here we go. The big three. This is the big
Pocket
three of the
Hercules.
weekend. These are the three games that everybody. Well, no, I lied. I lied because it's the two games because the third game nobody cares. 4-1 Buffalo travels to 4-1 Kansas City. Are you going to the game? You
trying to get tickets, man, but
what do you mean you trying to get tickets?
man,
Jay
them
Foreman?
Kansas City fools and ate up all the tickets. I've been checking my
I don't
email.
believe you.
I'm telling you.
How do you not have tickets for
I don't
this?
know, man. First of all, I got one. They were talking about $400 a ticket. No way I'm going to pay $400 to watch an NFL game. I'll watch it right at home. I am going with my Bills.
Okay.
Because Josh Allen is that man.
Okay.
Mama, there goes that man.
Okay. You heard that. Nick, how do you feel about that?
I like the Chiefs in the regular season. I like the Bills in the postseason when they match up.
So
I'm going with Chiefs on Sunday.
Just need to hear you say it. Need to hear you say it.
I'm going to go with Chiefs on Sunday.
Okay. I'm not mad at you for that.
I knew you.
I'm not mad at you.
Did you hear what I said, Jay?
We came so far, but
Did you
yes,
hear what I said?
Care. I'm talking about this weekend.
Well, see, I wanted them to hear it, right? I wanted y'all to work it out. Like I wanted y'all to work that out. The 4-1 Cowboys travel to face the 5-0 Philadelphia Eagles
crank it up.
on
Rocky
Sunday
Balboa's
night.
up there.
It's going to be everything, right?
The Cam Jerkins, they're going to have to beat Jerky Jerkins up there going Jerkins Jerky.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Eagles. Cooper Rush right here. I got to listen here. It's a great story, but you ain't scoring over 20 points, and them Eagles offense is for real. But that Dallas Cowboys defense is next level as well. But I'm gonna go with the Eagles. They're at home.
Yeah, how about Micah Parsons? He's probably in line for Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year after Rookie Defensive Player of the Year. It's
He's the real deal.
He's legit.
Jay,
He almost came to Nebraska.
Trust me, I remember.
The text says that you can get lower bowl for $250.
Oh, really? What text is this? My
It's
stuff
right
ain't
over here.
updated.
I'm showing it to you. This is what they sent me. Sent you the section and everything. And I won't tell them where the ticket is because people will go find it and buy your ticket. They will steal it from you and then charge you extra. So there it is. You can have that. There it is. You see where it even has the section number, Jay, so you can keep tracking it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, yeah. Unrestricted view. Even look at you go.
Yeah, well, I'm 6'3". I'm good.
Yeah, we'll try to see.
Gotta worry
what
about
that
the
is.
people behind you.
Yeah, them Buffalo Bills is gonna be coming.
How much money do we have to pay to not have to watch Denver play the Chargers?
None. Just turn the channel.
There are 3 teams that I think should never be on prime time, and it's the 2 teams that played last night and the Denver Broncos.
And any team that Russell Wilson's on, which is Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this: if you're Denver, okay, and say the Saints go on a run, you know what I mean? I'm not and they're close. Say they're they know they're probably going to get a wild card or something, or close to trade. Do you trade for Russell Wilson? Do you think if you're Denver, like, do we have buyer's remorse? There's somebody dumb enough out here to get him. Do you think you're like? What do you think?
Somebody would take him.
I trade him to the Commanders.
They would pay extra.
Would you take Carson Wentz right now over?
I'd trade
Russ in Denver.
I'd trade him to the Panthers.
Yeah, they'd take him.
But you can't really do that. You don't have a coach. But I just wonder if somebody would, if Denver would trade him.
Okay. All right. So Jay, we'll get into this thing that and it'll be 2 parts because we'll go short here and then we'll go into the final segment. But in West Lafayette, the Huskers have an opportunity. Give me key 1. Give me a thing to focus on that will let us know if the outcome is good, is what we hope it to be. What has to happen? What absolutely issue 1 has to happen for the Huskers to beat the Boilermakers?
I would say, it's 2 things, and they're tied together.
Okay.
Consistent and efficient run game, and third down.
Whatever that is, like getting off the field, whatever.
Getting off the field and staying on the field. More importantly, not more importantly, but really can really dictate the flow of the game is continue to hold the ball and have drives.
But isn't that like another question that the second down situation has to be handled well and dealt with?
First and second down,
right? Because
you got to have. This is the thing about playing call, and I used to study play callers. I'd try to get a feel how I was going to be able to, defense them.
Right.
Really, I feel like if you're a really good play caller, you already have your second play called before even the first one snaps. Because and the reason why is because if it goes, you always have like a bare minimum. If I get 5 yards, okay, this play's going. But if I have 3 yards, then I know what I'm going to do right here. And I think if we can get into that type of rhythm, which is going to be huge, that means in order to do that, that means the communication up front has to be really good, and the execution has to be at least 50-50, which I call steady. That means no direct no penetration or direct access to the running back in a conventional run game, and obviously to Casey in the pass game.
So
then after that, we do that, we're good.
If downs 1 and 2 are 4 yards a pop rather than 3, great percentage.
I like it.
Right, that you can work from the idea that, listen, we don't have to be exceptional on first and second down, but if we're basic, 3 yards on downs 1 and 2 makes you successful in down.
And here's what also, like, I would
4 yards changes the game.
I wouldn't be afraid to check how Purdue is going to defend us, and even if we decide to go one back, 4 receivers, or 11 personnel, with trips formation or 2x2 or whatever. I like that, and along with you got Chip, because not only if you can get a safety net with the running back or delayed or the tight end delay, I like Casey getting 4 yards. I call it the death by 1,000 paper cuts. We got everybody covered. We think he's a statue quarterback, and it's 3rd and 4, and he gets 5.
Is that even more important in a game like tomorrow night's, where you have a secondary where Quentin's a question mark, a game time decision, and it's Purdue that throws the ball around? Is it more important in a game like tomorrow, where it's almost to keep your defense off the field so much?
Well, I think this game is going to be a possession game, right? So if Nebraska, so just say if Nebraska can find a way, in theory, whether it's through the amount of plays that they have or just get the possession, get 2 extra possessions, they win the game. And that all is tied to 3rd down. It's actually tied to 1st down, because a lot of Nebraska penalties, especially like last year, but some this year, when we haven't played good offensively, is 1st down, false start, X, Y, and Z, legal formation, so forth and so on. So if we can be better there, I think that gives us a great opportunity. And yes, your best defense is your offense, but our defense has a tremendous opportunity if we cover the concept is called what we used to call is levels, right? Taking the cheese, crossers, deep dig, and they'll sit down against the zone, long or big run. It'll be an over route, deep over route, and man trying to run away from you. So if you can mix up your coverages and be really, really good, and then also what we have to do, we have to dominate in the run game. I mean, dominate. Oh, what? Yeah, that's what she found on my watch. So you have to be dominant against the run game. We can't be where their 4th team running back is getting 8 yards a carry, or we're missing a tackle, or we forget to have a check and we don't crack replace for the corner. They crack the safety or the linebacker, and the corner doesn't replace, and they get 6 yards on first down. See, that makes Jeff Brom the best play caller out there, because he calls it in the rhythm. But what he does is he hits you with concepts, and then he might have 5 plays with the same conceptual configuration. So if he sees you break down on this particular concept, right, he's going to either run these 5 separate plays and dice them up by formation, and everybody's like, oh, he's running all these different plays. He's just getting you with formation. So we have to do a really good job early in the game.
It's going to be a fun Saturday, I think. Opportunities everywhere. We'll toward the break. We'll come back. We'll close out Old School. Jay's final thoughts, the things that he wants you to think about heading into tomorrow's game against Purdue.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock, or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports, or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Wow. Did you ever save me money on my car?
Yes, that's why our customers keep coming back.
How do you do it, friendly car dealer ?
We simply have low overhead and high trade-in values. The next line's yours.
Oh.
Ready for something better? Mullen Motors is a no-hassle, no-pressure dealership with financing available. Check out the inventory at MikeMullenMotors.com.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Hi, this is Kurt, your shop manager at A1 Automotive here in downtown Lincoln. My promise to you is this: you won't find another automotive repair facility that genuinely cares about you and your vehicle. Our service is outstanding and our customer service is better. Please give me a call for all your automotive repair questions and needs. Call me at 402-477-4660. We were built on small town values, and that shows in how we treat others. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Warhorse Casino Lincoln is open, and guests are winning big already. Get in on the fun at Nebraska's first casino. Try your luck on your favorite slot machines and join the Warhorse Rewards program for exclusive offers. The best is yet to come as we continue to build a world-class experience for our guests. Right off Highway 77 and West Denton, you'll always leave feeling like a winner at Warhorse Casino Lincoln.
Must be 21 or older to enter. Proper ID is required. Gambling problem? 1-833-BET-OVER.
They might win, they might lose, but either way, you have something to say about it. Don't miss the Husker After Party postgame show immediately following every Nebraska football game. Nick Sainert and Jake Bachhoven give instant reaction, quotes from the players and coaches, and take all your phone calls with thoughts on the game. It's the Husker After Party postgame show, only on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sponsored by Action Plumbing and Heating, Gary Michaels Clothiers, and Brent Excavating.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew live from Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Brought to you by A1 Automotive, Mullen Motors, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Bauer Underground, then Bliker with Professional Realty Group, and Ritchie Brothers.
It's tailgate season. Why would you bounce around from place to place for all your beverage needs when you could have it all in one place? Wine, Beer, and Spirits has everything for your parties with their 3 locations in Lincoln, Grand Island, and Omaha. It's the largest liquor store in the state, and here's the best part. You can get a drink from their bar and walk around with it as you shop for all your tailgate necessities. Locally owned and operated, it's Wine, Beer, and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Hey, buying a used vehicle sucks, and the biggest problem is who can you trust? Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto out here at West O Street in Lincoln. Here's what customers have told us they want from us. They want transparent pricing with no games. We have all of our pricing on our website, plus a Carfax report. We don't want to buy a lemon. We include a 3-month warranty on all of our vehicles. We don't want to play games. Just make it simple. We saw that with non-commissioned salespeople. Can you trust us? Just check out our Google reviews. Again, this is Carl from Price Right Auto in West O. Check us out at pricerightauto.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.58 per hour. And other select jobs is starting at $24.28 per hour, with wages growing up to $30.30 per hour. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
This message is for Karina. Our mom will finish her high school diploma at age 28. Hi, Mom. It's Emmettith and Nicholas. Congratulations on getting your diploma. You worked so hard and have taught us so much. We love you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Back to old school with DP and J.
Football is a play money.
Oh, weird. It is so funny. We thank you guys for hanging out on a Friday. Again, we've got high school football tonight. Kickoff at 7 o'clock from Seacrest. Nick Sainert will handle the call and get you through that as well. Of course, you got volleyball tonight. You've got football tomorrow. We got pregame show starting at 4 o'clock. And we'll go 2.5 hours, and we'll have the usual cast of characters. I was going to close with this because Tom Brady was fined by the NFL $11,000 for kicking Jarrett in last week's game. And then Nick asked the question, well, what is Tom Brady's game check? Well, Tom Brady makes $1.6 million every game. $1.6 million. And
he's underpaid.
Right? Like, I'm like just joking. Like, so Nick, so let's say you you got drafted and you got hit like, and then the first Monday of the regular season.
Yeah.
How often? What time Sunday night would you start?
Yeah. Well,
just like signing into your account and just refreshing it until.
Well, first off, I would probably refresh it for a week straight after I got drafted to see when that bonus hit.
And just to make sure.
Yeah,
right?
just to make sure.
Right.
My worst nightmare would be at any point that the mobile banking app crashes.
Well, they're not going to put it
It's
in the
not
same
working.
account that you had
Okay.
when you got drafted.
Okay,
It's going to be a new account.
Okay, so new
It's gonna be
account.
a new account.
So I mean, still, as long as the app doesn't crash.
No,
that's my
you're not
worst
putting
nightmare.
the bonus money into Nick Sainter's regular college student account.
Check it.
No, that's not happening. That's not happening
at the student union.
Yeah, you know,
I do not
for,
bank at the
for
student union.
0%.
I know that
Like
one.
no,
I
you
know that.
no, that's
I
a
know that
phone
for
call. Like, and not only are you refreshing your screen, mom and dad are waiting at the door. Like they waiting for you. Like let me know when you're here.
They know to call you on Tuesday because that check cleared on Monday.
Exactly.
Right, and it hits at midnight. So 12:02.
Your phone going off. Hey, how you doing? I miss you.
And everybody you've ever known
Helped you
is
get
your
there.
best friend again.
And they are. Don't you remember when I gave you $5 for ice cream?
I do not.
I need 50,000.
Bro, we wild.
I need 50,000.
Yeah, we wild. man.
Interest.
Remember that?
It's the same thing Mickey Joseph says. Everybody wants a job.
Everybody wants to. Jay, you remember your first big check? Because you're old enough to have actually gotten a check. Like you got a physical check.
Not really that, but I remember Rob Johnson's check. And I'll never forget this. It was, we were in Buffalo, and 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
And it was a big, whether guys wanted to play, whether they didn't. Bro, I was making league minimum, and back then the league minimum was like 100,000. I mean, you're playing New York State taxes. I mean, you're getting so. I want every
you need
check.
the money.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I wanted to play, and he was like, "How much you make a week?" And I told him it was like $5,000. He was like, "Oh, that ain't nothing." I said, "Well, what'd you make?" He said $225, and had the check right there.
The most
two that must and thing was after taxes.
Yeah.
The most interesting day of me for all the athletes I've been around in that situation. So having like roommates and business partners as athletes, and to see them on Monday come in and have a check, or when they get re-signed and that bonus check. And I won't name his name, but he got his bonus check, and Jay, it sat on the counter for like 3 weeks and just stared. I'm like, you need to take this to the bank. But then I got curious.
It expires after like 90 days.
Well, but then I got curious, right?
Yeah,
like I wanted to go with him to the bank to have him walk into the bank with that check and go.
He didn't send it through the teller?
Right? No, you walked
He
in.
didn't do the mobile bank.
No, you walk your 300. No,
I got a deposit.
Just scan it.
I got right.
Just take a picture of
deposit.
it.
You walk your 300-pound tail into that and hand that to somebody, and it was a thing, like to learn what it was. And she was like, "What would you like for us to do?" And he was like, "Watch this, DP, cash it." And she was like, "Kid, kid." He goes, "Just deposit it." And then he goes, "We're going shopping."
Some dudes that be bringing, like I remember when I seen Bruce Smith get on there. They played this game called Boo-Ray, and I was a rookie, and so I was sitting there, and I didn't have any. First of all, I just was watching. I'm not a gambler, and didn't know how to play, and I wasn't making any type of money to even get in the game. But when he put, I had my suit, and then I had my shirt, my dress shirt. Never forget, I had the white shirt and had like the little, pocket there. And he put this wad of cash that was like this thick of all 20s, 50s, and 100s. He's like, "Rook, hold this for me." And it was like my shirt drooped, or it was drooping. And I was like, I'd never seen any money like that, like that. I mean, it had to be $10,000-$20,000. And of course, Bruce was always the house, but.
Well, they got Tom for 11,000. I don't know how he's gonna survive the week. Don't know how he's gonna survive the week.
That's what they say. He'll negotiate. He'll call and appeal it, and it'll be $1,000 to give charity to somebody.
Oh my goodness! All right.
By somebody at state.
But it was
dinner.
still roughing the passer.
Stay
Yeah.
tuned. High school football coming up shortly. Harrison Orange will get us through the next hour, and then some high school football with Nick Sainer. And then the pregame show starts tomorrow, 4:00 here. We'll have the full lineup to take you up to 6:30 kickoff against Purdue. And remember, go big red.